Welcome to our weekly Timeless Principles for Extraordinary Living with Dr. Alex. Dr. Alex believes that you were born for extraordinary exploits, to be an exhibition of divine abundance. Today's session, as all others, will inspire you to experience extraordinary living. Join Dr. Alex now.
Welcome to Timeless Principles with me, Dr. Alex. Today we are paying tribute to mothers. Part of the idea of managing relationships include giving honor to where it is due. So this session is part of managing relationships where we are giving honor. I just want to say to you again today, I'm so excited, really excited that you have selected to be on our channel. I want to again remind you, subscribe if you have not already subscribed, and like us, make some comments, share some ideas. Don't just watch, just share some ideas and comment on our channel. In many countries, the second Sunday of May is always celebrated as the Mother's Day. Recently, leading to the second Sunday of May this year, I was out of the country, and my daughter called me, and she was talking to me about, hey, Dad, remember this coming Sunday is Mother's Day. As a family, we need to celebrate Mother's Day as we've always done. So I said to her, what are we going to do? Obviously, she already had all the planned, and she already knew what she wanted done for the Mother's Day. And my job was simply just to say, okay, let's go ahead with whatever you had planned. And this, I believe, happens in many other families where people have to say, well, it's the second Sunday of May, let's celebrate Mother's Day. You know, I was thinking about it, and I was saying to myself, sometimes we have to ask ourselves certain questions. For example, have you ever asked yourself the question, why do we celebrate what we celebrate? We as humans celebrate so many different things. Days we celebrate, events we celebrate. Why do we really celebrate what we celebrate? If you do not know why we celebrate what we are celebrating, maybe the next question is it not likely that while we celebrate in ignorance, we may not actually celebrate the best way we should, because maybe we're celebrating in ignorance? I'm asking you this as I asked myself this year the question, where did Mother's Day come from? I know you are celebrating it. I'm also celebrating it. My mother went home a long time ago to be with the Father in heaven, but we're still celebrating because there are other mothers in our circles. Where did it come from? I want to just share that story briefly, then I will allow some young people to say a few words to their mothers. I invited some young people, only a few could make it, but those who came, I will allow them to say. But I found, as I was researching this, that actually there are diverse origins to Mother's Day. When you go to literature, you find quite a few claims from historians of where did the idea of Mother's Day come from. The oldest of this claim dates back thousands of years ago. The Fijians used to have a festival about 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. Their festival was an annual festival for celebrating the title they call Tsela, who was regarded as the great mother of gods. So they used to celebrate a mother of gods many centuries ago. And the Greeks as well, also about 3,000 or 4,000 years ago, they had a similar festival. In their case, they were celebrating the goddess Rhea. They called her the goddess Rhea. Come a bit forward from thousands of years back and you come into the Middle Ages. into the Middle Ages, we find another origin of the concept of a Mother's Day. This is now in early Christianity. This was in fact celebrated mostly in Britain. Britain still had this. What they celebrated in early Christianity in the Middle Ages was something they call the Mothering Sunday. The Mothering Sunday. This concept of the Mothering Sunday was mostly some kind of a reunion. What they would do, they would dedicate the fourth Sunday of the Christian Lent, those who understand the Christian calendar. On the fourth Sunday of the Christian Lent, they would have this event in the church, which they call the Mothering Sunday, and they would invite all the sons and the daughters who have traveled, who no longer lived in their original parish. For example, your son or your daughter was living in a certain town, but due to work or marriage, they moved off to live in another city or even in another nation. On this Mothering Sunday, it was some kind of a reunion where they would have to come back home and reunited with their mothers. Those were still alive and some were gone. And then on that particular day, the children would present flowers to the mothers and they would present tokens of appreciation. So that's the second origin of the Mother's Day. Then I came to the third one, which is the most recent. And in fact, this is now the origin of the modern form of the Mother's Day. Even in that, you find literature showing you several. I have followed the one path, which is the path of a lady from Philadelphia who was called Anna Jarvis. Anna Jarvis from the United States of America. The story that led to the current form, modern form of Mother's Day, goes back to Anna's mother. Around the 1860s, Anna's mother established a club. She called it a Mother's Day Work Club. This club had the purpose of empowering and training mothers, teaching the local mothers how to take care of their children. So Anna's mother established this club and they would train other mothers, younger mothers in particular, how do you look after your children. And in 1868, history tells us that she then initiated a particular day for this club, and this particular day was called the Mother's Friendship Day. So you had the club which was training mothers how to take care of their children, but on one day in the year called the Mother's Friendship Day, the mothers would be celebrated for having brought up their children, for giving the right skills to the kids. So it would be a big celebration called the Mother's Friendship Day. This is in the United States of America. Anna's mother passes on. She dies in 1905. Then Anna gets inspired and she says, she starts off actually a campaign. This campaign was geared at celebrating the sacrifice and the efforts of her mother. So she starts this campaign to say, let there be a day where my mother would be celebrated, but not just her mother, but all the other mothers. So this is 1905. She campaigns for this, and eventually a local businessman by the name of John Wanamaker eventually funds her, and on the 12th of May, 1907, some literature say 1908, is so far ago, so one of those. 12th of May, but is the date. She eventually organizes this big celebration. Its origin was in her local church, the Methodist Church in Grafton, West Virginia. And the businessman finances the celebration. The church embraces the celebration. There is a celebration in honor of the efforts and the sacrifice of mothers. So this is how the modern day Mother's Day then gets initiated, from the efforts of this lady, Anna Jarvis. On the same Sunday, the businessman organized in his retail shops, in one of the retail shops, also another celebration of the Mother's Day. And you can see from the origin, there is already a marriage between a celebration of the sacrifice of mothers and the commercial side, because on this particular day the businessman did some discounts for people just to celebrate mothers. In this tradition that Anna establishes, sometimes it's useful to learn where things came from, because you find yourself wearing ribbons, wearing kind of things, and you really have no idea what am I wearing ribbon. I've seen people in a funeral, suddenly everybody has to wear a ribbon. There's different colors of ribbon. It's so easy in our time to just do what people have done without really knowing why they did it. In this tradition, Anna had two colors of ribbons. They would use a white ribbon to represent celebrating mothers who had passed on. Then a pink / red ribbon would celebrate mothers who were still alive. So on this day in the celebration, they would wear these ribbons on the Sunday morning, and they would celebrate the parents. Well, history tells us that then from 1907, 1908, Anna then started to campaign nationally in the United States, arguing to government that yes, you do have national holidays, but your national holidays are biased towards celebrating men. There's not enough days that celebrate the efforts of women. And she eventually would succeed in getting the government. In 1914, President Woodrow Wilson signed this particular day into a national holiday, and it was designated in the United States of America that every second Sunday of the month of May, the nation would celebrate women, not just women, mothers. The nation would celebrate mothers, and it was kept Sunday because it had started in a church environment. It had been campaigned for by a woman who was doing it in her church, in the Methodist church. So it became a national holiday. Well, that's the history. But I want to end the history with this line that as much as Anna initiated the modern day Mother's Day celebration, history tells us that things turned around. By 1920, she was now advocating against the practices that were not done in the Mother's Day. The Mother's Day celebration has shifted from focusing on just celebrating mothers, from focusing on honoring mothers, but it was now a commercial affair. The marketplace had taken it over, and she really campaigned against this and said that was not the original idea. History tells us that she spent all her wealth going to legal suits, trying to even ask the government to remove this day now from the calendar. And until her death, 1948, this date remained in the calendar. So, my friends, as we celebrate the mothers, I ask you the question, what's your angle when you celebrate Mother's Day? I've given you history. You can go study it for yourself. It comes from many angles. Do you celebrate Mother's Day as the Romans, the Greeks, the Fijians celebrated the greatest mother of the gods? Or do you celebrate Mother's Day as the Middle Age Christianity, which celebrated Mothering Sunday? Or do you celebrate Mother's Day like Anna, who initiated the modern day Mother's Day to honor the great work of her mother and honor mothers generally? Or do you celebrate it as a commercial event? For you, it's just a commercial event that is now established, and you celebrate it that way. Or maybe your angle is none of the above. In other words, when you celebrate Mother's Day, you just do it because others do it. What's your angle? I want to say these thoughts to mothers. I am a strong believer that mothers are unique, mothers are special, In fact, I'm a strong believer that mothers are amazing. I've had the privilege of seeing mothers in my own life. I've seen my own mother. I've seen my wife as a mother. I've seen my daughter as a mother. I'm seeing other mothers in our circles. I really believe that mothers are unique, special, and amazing. And I advocate that let's celebrate mothers just as every other person ought to be celebrated. But there is that uniqueness that we should celebrate. And I would say to many mothers, when I think about the virtues and the values to celebrate, there are so many. But I just thought of two today. Number one, celebrating that mystery that every mother has, like the mother of Yeshua, the Christ had. The mother of Yeshua, were told in Luke 2, verse 51, that she had this ability to treasure things in her heart. She observed and then she treasured. It doesn't say the same of the father, Joseph. It doesn't say she had this ability. I'm a strong believer that mothers have a strong ability to treasure. I would say to every mother, may the beautiful things you have treasured about your children, may those wonderful things that you have treasured about them as you observe them growing up, may they continue to give you hope, such that even during their rebellious times, you will not give up on them. You will still believe that I have treasured beautiful things about my child. You see, mothers are unique because, according to Scripture, mothers are not just beautiful outward. That's just one angle of the beauty. But in fact, 1 Peter 3:4 tells us that mothers have a beauty that comes from within. It actually puts it this way. It says, this beauty unfolds in its gentle spirit. I want to say, may every mother master that skill of releasing the beauty beyond just the external beauty. Sometimes mothers spend a long time in front of a mirror fixing things that are not broke. Yet I am just encouraging you, may you master that skill of allowing the beauty from within to unfold. We truly love all mothers. If there is a mother next to you, just hug them and say, Mother, you carried me within you. Mother, you released me into this world as your inner beauty. As a matter of fact, everyone who's born of a mother is a representation of the inner beauty of that mother. I would say to all the representation, don't mess up the beauty that your mother released into the world. Mothers, whatever happened to your children, never allow the hope for humanity to be lost. Even if the enemy tries to steal that beauty that you release to the world, but never allow yourself to lose the hope for humanity. We treasure mothers. We celebrate you. We honor you. You are awesome. And the young kids will just say a few things, just some few thoughts about their own mothers, and copy from them and say something to your own mother in whatever angle that you approach it. Thank you very much. It was great having this time to you today just to talk about the Mother's Day. Maybe the Lord allowing will do the same for Father's Day. Who knows? Thank you. See you at the top.
Grace and peace be yours in abundance. My name is Polite, known as Andiswa. And today I'm here to speak about a very special lady, my mother. Some would say my big sister. Most people would say the bond between a mother and a son is very strong. Well, I guess I am the son to my mother. My mother is Usamgel Suwechunda, and I would say she knows how to make an impression. She's that woman that can do almost everything, can comment on everything. You take her into any field, into any sector, and she will just give you a response or a suggestion or even an answer just like that. So, for example, if you've got a fashion crisis, my mom is there. Call her anytime. If you have a plumbing problem, she is there to advise. If you've got an electrical problem, if you've got financial problem, she can advise you anytime. You know, my mom is not the type that cooks. She's the type that would cook juice. She's the type that would cook tea. But if it happens that you need a healthy menu, a healthy meal any day, call her and she will call my little sister for you. Even if you're in a hurry, call her and she would call me, the mandla of the family, to come and assist you with your driving. Now, what I love the most with my mom is that nothing puts her down. She knows how to stand up, she knows how to show up, and she knows how to dress up. My mom will always make an impression no matter what. I mean, her fashion is amazing. Like I said, she is very wise, and her wisdom comes from the time she spends reading, the time she spends studying. We would go to sleep in the house and she is still awake, studying and reading whatever she can. My encouragement to my mom would be for her to hold on no matter what, to hold on no matter how much we demand of her, no matter how much we need her, no matter how much we take from her. I would just say, hold on to that little hope about us, hold on to the faith you have in Christ, and hold on to your dreams, because definitely God will see you through. Now, sorry, Mom, I would like to say I love you so much, and I pray that God may keep you smiling forever, that He may keep you beautiful no matter what, and that you never give up. Thank you for the role that you play in my life, in my siblings' life, in the whole family's life. We appreciate you, and we wish you a happy and glorious Mother's Day. Thank you.
Grace and Peace family, I'm Nomisa Tsela,
And I'm Nyamgela Tsela.
and today we'll be speaking about our mom, Nontobegat Lamini, about what we love about her. One thing I love about her is that she's supportive in everything and anything that I do.
One thing I love about my mom is that she's a very hardworking person and motivates me to work hard in order to reach my goals.
The things I desire for my mom is success because she works hard for it, and yeah.
I just hope that my mom finds joy in each and everything that she does and each and every area in her life.
And I thank her for being there throughout my life. She inspires me a lot, and she's my role model in everything.
Thank you, Mommy, for motivating us and being there for us, even though being a mother has its own challenges. We love you, Mommy.
Bye.
To my beautiful and precious mother, I would like to say to you, Happy Mother's Day every day. You are very special to me. We've been asked to say what we think is the greatest thing about my mom. And personally, I can attest to the fact that my mother is a very supportive and loving woman. And for that, I'll forever be grateful to her. When they say mother of the nations, I think they were definitely defining you, Mom. And my greatest desires for you is that you may see all of your dreams come to pass, all your deepest desires, may God let them come to pass. And I pray and I pray and I pray that each and every day that you still have left on this earth will be better and better than the last. Keep smiling and keep laughing, because the more you laugh, the more we all laugh, and I am the all. And with those words, I'd like to say, I love you, Mom. Bye. Thank you for connecting with us on Extraordinary Exploits with Dr. Alex. We value your connection. Join us every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Central African Time. And remember to invite others. Experience extraordinary living.